A plate piled high with broccoli stares back at you accusingly, while you glare at it with undisguised disgust. Sound familiar? Since childhood, we've been drilled. Eat your vegetables, they're good for you. But we grow up, and somehow that love for cabbage or zucchini just never blossoms. So what's the answer? Does the path to good health really have to go through pure willpower and the miserable crunch of celery? I say absolutely not. In this video, we are launching a total revolution on your plate. I'm going to show you how to get all the essential vitamins, minerals, and of course, fiber, while practically eliminating the vegetables you despise. You'll learn about substitute foods you might never have considered and discover clever hacks to make your diet complete. And most importantly, delicious. Get ready, because some of these methods might truly shock you. Before we start hunting for alternatives, let's quickly break down why vegetables are so highly praised in the first place. I promise this won't be a boring biology lecture, just a quick overview so we know exactly what we're looking for. First up, fiber. Think of fiber as a scrub brush for your gut. It aids digestion and helps keep you feeling full. Second, we have vitamins and minerals, tiny elements involved in every bodily process, from energy production to immune system support. Vitamin C, potassium, folic acid. These are all typically associated with veggies. And third, antioxidants. These are our cellular-level defenders against stress and aging. By understanding these three key components, fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, we can find worthy replacements in other foods that are far more palatable to you. Our goal isn't to trick your body. It's to give it everything it needs, just through a different, more delicious route. So, our first and most important ally in a world low on vegetables is fruit. A lot of people mistakenly write them off as just dessert, a sweet treat. But they are actually a nutritional powerhouse, packed with fiber and essential vitamins. Let's dive into some specific examples. A single large apple, eaten with the skin on, provides roughly 5 grams of fiber. That's a serious nutritional hit. And pears. They often even surpass apples in terms of sheer fiber. Bananas, especially the slightly green ones, are rich in resistant starch, which acts as a fantastic food source for the beneficial bacteria in our gut. Oranges, grapefruits, and other citrus fruits aren't just a massive dose of vitamin C. They also provide pectin, a specific type of soluble fiber that's fantastic for digestive health. Here is the key rule. Eat your fruit whole, not as juice, and whenever possible, leave the skin on. That's where the main nutritional benefits are truly concentrated. So, incorporating a handful of berries or a couple of whole apples daily is already a giant step toward filling those nutritional gaps you might miss when cutting back on veggies. Berries deserve our undivided attention. They are truly the ultimate superheroes of the food world. Raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries. They're not just delicious, they are incredibly beneficial. Consider this, just 1 cup of raspberries packs a whopping 8 grams of fiber. That's almost 1/3 of the daily recommended intake for women. But fiber is only part of the story. Berries are absolute champions when it comes to antioxidant content. These powerful compounds, which give the fruit its vibrant color, protect our cells from damage, fight inflammation, and slow down the aging process. Essentially, by enjoying a handful of blueberries, you're giving your body an internal session of rejuvenating therapy. They're incredibly easy to incorporate. Toss them into your morning oatmeal, mix them into yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or simply enjoy them as a satisfying snack. And here's another huge benefit. Frozen berries retain virtually all of their nutritional value. This means you can enjoy this powerful vitamin boost year-round, completely independent of the growing season. Now let's move on to something more substantial. Say hello to legumes. That includes beans, lentils, chickpeas, and peas. Many people associate them with difficult cooking or causing digestive discomfort. But let's bust that myth right now. Legumes are truly unique because they combine protein, slow-release carbohydrates, and a huge amount of fiber. For example, just 1 cup of cooked lentils contains about 16 grams of fiber. That's over half your recommended daily intake. Plus, legumes are packed with iron, magnesium, potassium, and B vitamins, especially folate, which is often sought after in dark leafy greens. They keep you feeling full for hours, help manage blood sugar levels, and make an excellent base for soups, stews, salads, and even dips like hummus. These are not just vegetable substitutes. They are a complete and highly nourishing component of a healthy diet. Okay, so we've established that legumes are super healthy, but let's talk about their notorious side effect, shall we? The issue of bloating and gas after eating beans is real, but it's easily fixed with the right preparation techniques. Secret number 1 is soaking. Before cooking, soak your dry beans or chickpeas in cold water for 8 to 12 hours, or just leave them overnight. This doesn't just speed up cooking. It helps break down those complex sugars responsible for gas. Make sure you thoroughly drain the soaking water and rinse the beans before proceeding. Secret number 2, cook them properly. Start them in cold water. Bring them to a boil, let them cook for a few minutes, then drain that first batch of water and add fresh water. You can also boost digestibility by adding spices during the boil, such as cumin, coriander, or even a pinch of asafoetida. Now, lentils and mung beans are much simpler. They usually don't require these complex steps and cook much faster. Just a few simple steps, and you can enjoy all the amazing benefits of legumes without any of the unpleasant side effects. Moving further down our plate, the next essential stop is whole grains. It's time to forget about white bread and highly refined pasta. Our true friends are old-fashioned rolled oats, brown and wild rice, quinoa, buckwheat, barley, as well as whole grain bread and pasta. What's the difference? They retain the grain's outer layer, the bran, which is where all the fiber, B vitamins, and essential minerals like magnesium and zinc are found. For instance, a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast won't just energize you for half the day. It also provides a robust dose of soluble fiber, which is fantastic for heart and vascular health. Quinoa, in addition to fiber, is a source of complete protein, making it an excellent choice for a main course. Simply swapping out regular white rice for brown rice can increase your fiber intake 3 to 4-fold. It's a simple, yet highly effective way to get the nutrients you need just by making a conscious choice at the grocery store. Many people think of oatmeal as nothing more than boring breakfast mush. But this humble whole grain holds enormous potential that extends far beyond the breakfast bowl. Rolled oats make a fantastic base for healthier baking. Simply pulse them in a blender until they reach a flour-like consistency, and use this to make cookies, muffins, or pancakes. This is an instant way to boost the fiber content of your favorite treats. Another brilliant strategy is incorporating oats into your smoothies. They add satisfying thickness and density, while loading the drink with slow-digesting carbs and essential fiber. Oats aren't just for sweet dishes, either. Try using them in savory meals, like making oat mushroom patties, or substituting them for traditional breadcrumbs when coating chicken or fish. This swap offers a delightful crunch while delivering an extra nutritional punch. So, stop underestimating the power of oats. This incredibly versatile product can be your secret weapon in ensuring you hit those essential daily fiber goals. Let's now turn our attention to some small but incredibly mighty helpers: nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, hazelnuts, cashews, chia, flax, sunflower, and pumpkin seeds. These are truly concentrated nutrient powerhouses. Just a single handful of almonds, about 30 grams, packs 3.5 grams of fiber, 6 grams of protein, and a generous supply of beneficial monounsaturated fats, vitamin E, and magnesium. Chia seeds are a whole different story. When soaked in liquid, they transform into a gel, which clearly demonstrates their remarkable ability to absorb water and support our digestive health. Just 2 tablespoons of chia seeds deliver an incredible 10 grams of fiber. Now, flax seeds need to be ground before consumption, so your body can properly access all their benefits, including those crucial omega-3 fatty acids. Simply grab a handful of nuts for a quick snack, or sprinkle seeds over salads, oatmeal, or yogurt. You'll significantly boost your diet without even realizing it. Since we're on the subject of chia seeds, let's discuss one of the simplest and most delicious ways to enjoy them: chia pudding. It's the perfect option for breakfast or a healthy dessert that practically makes itself. The recipe is laughably simple. Take 2 or 3 tablespoons of chia seeds and mix them with a cup of any liquid. This could be regular dairy milk or a plant-based alternative, like coconut, almond, or oat milk. You can even use yogurt or kefir if you prefer. Add a sweetener of your choice, maybe a spoon of honey, maple syrup, or even just mashed banana for a natural sweetness. Stir it well, then place it in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours, but ideally overnight. During this time, the seeds will absorb the liquid, swelling up and transforming it into a delicate, jelly-like pudding consistency. Before serving, feel free to top it with fresh berries, sliced fruit, chopped nuts, or a sprinkle of cinnamon. The result is a delicious, filling, and incredibly fiber-rich meal that will fully charge you with energy and nutritional benefits. Now let's move on to the masking methods, or what I like to call the Trojan horse strategy. This approach is perfect for those who simply can't tolerate vegetables, not just the taste, but also the sight or the texture. And our primary weapon here is the blender. Smoothies are a genius invention, allowing you to hide virtually any vegetable. The simplest example is spinach. It has a very neutral flavor, and if you add a handful of fresh spinach to a smoothie with banana, mango, or pineapple, you won't taste it at all. Sweet fruits completely mask the flavor, and the color of the drink becomes a beautiful, pleasant emerald green. You get to enjoy a delicious tropical cocktail, while your body simultaneously benefits from the iron, calcium, and vitamins packed into that spinach. You can use this same technique to sneak in avocado for a super creamy texture. a little cucumber for extra freshness, or even steamed and cooled cauliflower. Cauliflower also has a neutral taste and will give your smoothie amazing body and thickness. Let's continue our covert operations in the kitchen. If smoothies aren't really your thing, there are other ways to discreetly sneak vegetables into your daily diet. The perfect cover for this is sauces, creamy soups, and stews. Making bolognese sauce for pasta? Grate some carrots and zucchini finely and sauté them along with the ground meat. They will completely dissolve into the sauce, adding a slight sweetness and extra nutritional value, and nobody will ever suspect they are there. Cooking a tomato soup? Toss in a few florets of cauliflower or a chunk of pumpkin. Then blend everything until you achieve a smooth, creamy consistency. The texture will only improve, and the nutritional payoff will increase exponentially. Even standard meat patties or meatballs can benefit from finely grated zucchini or carrots. They make the meat mixture juicier and more tender. These are small tricks that allow you to painlessly increase your vegetable intake without drastically changing the familiar and beloved meals you already enjoy. Let's take a moment to shift our focus slightly away from the classic understanding of fiber and vitamins and talk about gut health as a whole. After all, how well we absorb all our nutrients depends entirely on it. This is where fermented foods come into play. Sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, natural yogurt, and kombucha are all fantastic sources of probiotics, those essential, living beneficial bacteria. These bacteria help maintain a healthy balance of gut flora, which not only improves digestion and strengthens immunity, but can even positively influence our mood. Here's an interesting fact. Sauerkraut is essentially just a vegetable, but the fermentation process completely transforms its flavor, making it far more palatable for many people. Plus, fermentation boosts the production of vitamin C and actually enhances the bioavailability of other nutrients. So, incorporating even a small amount of fermented food into your daily diet is truly an excellent investment in your overall health. But what about the humble potato? For years, nutritionists viewed it with suspicion, often labeling it a source of empty carbs. That assessment, however, isn't entirely fair. In fact, when prepared properly, potatoes can offer significant health benefits. For starters, they are one of the best natural sources of potassium, a vital mineral crucial for heart health and blood pressure regulation. Believe it or not, potatoes often surpass bananas in their potassium content. Secondly, eating potatoes with the skin on, such as when you enjoy a baked potato, delivers a healthy dose of dietary fiber. And here's a great nutritional hack. If you cook potatoes and then chill them before eating them the next day, say, sliced up in a salad, they develop the resistant starch we've discussed. This starch resists digestion in the small intestine, instead passing through to act as powerful fuel for your beneficial gut bacteria. Finally, don't overlook their nutritional cousin, the sweet potato. Sweet potatoes are naturally high in fiber and absolutely packed with beta-carotene, the precursor to vitamin A, all wrapped up in that delightfully sweet flavor. Let's take a look at a unique kingdom of nature, fungi, or mushrooms. Although technically not plants, nutritionally, they serve as a fantastic alternative to vegetables. Mushrooms possess a unique, deep flavor known as umami, often described as the fifth taste. Thanks to their meaty texture, they can easily substitute for meat in various dishes. So, what are the nutritional advantages? Mushrooms are a great source of B vitamins, especially riboflavin, B2, and niacin, B3, both crucial for energy metabolism. They also pack selenium, a powerful antioxidant, along with potassium. Certain mushrooms that have been exposed to UV light can even be a source of vitamin D, a notable rarity among non-animal foods. Whether they are button mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, shiitake, or porcini, add them to soups and sauces, grill them, or sauté them. This is an excellent way to diversify your meals and boost your nutrient intake without relying on traditional vegetables. Ready for a deeper dive into the exotic? Let's talk about the treasures of the sea, specifically seaweed. Products like nori, wakame, spirulina, and chlorella might seem unusual, but they are genuine powerhouses of nutrition. Seaweed is one of the best natural sources of iodine, which is essential for proper thyroid function. Iodine deficiency is a fairly common issue, and sea vegetables offer a great way to address it. Furthermore, they are rich in essential minerals like iron, calcium, and magnesium. Spirulina and chlorella, often sold in powder or tablet form, contain a high amount of protein and chlorophyll, often called the green blood of plants, due to its immense health benefits. The easiest way to incorporate seaweed into your diet is by using nori sheets to make sushi rolls, or simply eating them straight as crispy snacks. Spirulina powder can be added to smoothies, although be warned, it has a distinct, earthy flavor that definitely requires some getting used to. And let's not forget about fresh herbs and leafy greens. While technically plants, their flavor profile and how we use them are vastly different from standard vegetables. A bunch of fresh parsley, dill, cilantro, or basil isn't just a simple garnish. They are concentrated powerhouses of vitamins and antioxidants. For instance, parsley is loaded with vitamin K, which is essential for healthy blood clotting and bone density, as well as vitamin C. Mint and basil contain essential oils known for their potent anti-inflammatory properties. Try to add fresh herbs to any dish right at the end of cooking to maximize their nutritional benefits. Also, pay close attention to your ground spices. Turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon are far more than just flavor enhancers. Curcumin in turmeric and gingerol in ginger are powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. A simple pinch of spice can deliver far more benefits than you might realize at first glance. Sometimes, even when you try every trick in the book, hitting your daily fiber goal can be tough. That's where dietary supplements can offer some help. But it's crucial to be smart about how you use them. One of the most popular and effective fiber supplements is psyllium, also known as plantain seed husks. When mixed with water, psyllium forms a gel that works very gently to support healthy bowel function. When starting out, begin with a small dose, literally half a teaspoon, and always make sure to drink it down with plenty of water. You can also find fiber powder derived from brands such as oat, wheat, or rye in pharmacies and health food stores. This powder can be easily mixed into kefir, yogurt, or baked goods. However, it's vital to remember that supplements are not a miracle cure, and they are certainly no substitute for a balanced diet. They should only be used as a temporary aid. And before you start taking any new supplement, especially if you have existing digestive issues, make sure you consult with your doctor first. But what about vitamins in pill form? It seems like the simplest route. Pop a capsule and get all your essential nutrients. But even this approach has its own complexities. Multivitamin complexes can certainly be beneficial during times of high stress, intense training, or when you have a heavily restricted diet. However, they can never fully replace the power of whole, unprocessed foods. The reason is simple. Vitamins derived from food are absorbed far better because they come bundled with other essential compounds like fiber and phytonutrients, which work synergistically to maximize absorption. If you do decide to take supplements, the best approach is targeted supplementation, taken only after blood tests and consultation with your doctor. For instance, vitamin D deficiency is common among people living in northern latitudes, making supplementation highly justified in those cases. The same holds true for B12 supplementation for vegans, but relying on handfuls of multis to blindly compensate for a poor or unbalanced diet is simply not the optimal strategy. Real food should always be your priority. Many people believe a glass of fresh juice is a perfectly acceptable substitute for eating whole fruits or vegetables. However, this is one of the most common misconceptions out there. Let's break down the critical difference between juice and a smoothie made in a blender. When you make juice using a traditional juicer, you separate the liquid from the pulp. All that valuable essential fiber remains trapped in the pulp that you simply throw away. What you end up drinking is essentially a concentrated sugary liquid, fortified with some vitamins, which leads to a rapid spike in your blood sugar levels. However, when you make a smoothie in a blender, you process the entire fruit or vegetable. All of the fiber remains integrated into the drink. This fiber slows down the absorption of sugars, ensuring a gradual and sustained energy release, and keeps you feeling full for much longer. Therefore, if you have a choice, always opt for a smoothie. It's a far more nutritious and balanced option that retains all the whole food benefits of the original ingredients. Think of juice as a treat, but a smoothie as a complete, satisfying meal. Let's talk about developing another essential skill: reading nutrition labels. This can help you find fiber in places you might not expect. When you're buying packaged items like bread, crackers, cereals, or pasta, pay close attention to the ingredients list and the nutrition facts panel. Look for key terms such as whole grain, whole wheat, or made with added bran. On the panel itself, find the line that says dietary fiber. Make sure to compare similar products. You might be surprised by how much the fiber content can vary between two seemingly identical granola or snack bars. A product is generally considered a good source of fiber if it provides at least 3 to 5 grams per serving. Mastering this simple skill will help you make more informed choices at the grocery store, subtly boosting your daily intake of this crucial nutrient, even on days when you don't manage to eat enough fresh produce. And finally, I want to address the most important ingredient of all: your mindset. You don't need to treat your diet like a battlefield where you're constantly fighting with foods you hate. Healthy eating isn't about restriction and suffering. It's about self-care. If you genuinely hate broccoli, don't eat it. The world won't end. Instead of focusing on what you can't eat, shift your focus to what you can add to your diet. Maybe you'll discover the rich flavor of chickpea hummus. Or perhaps you'll learn to love starting your morning with a berry chia pudding. Don't set the goal of eating 5 servings of vegetables every single day. Instead, aim to try one new healthy food each week. That could be quinoa, lentils, or a new type of nut. The all-or-nothing approach rarely works in the long run. It is much more effective to move forward with small, consistent steps, finding those nutritious foods that bring you not just benefit, but genuine pleasure too. And just like that, step by step, we've successfully built a complete dietary system that allows you to be healthy and energetic, even if you and vegetables seem to come from different planets. Let's quickly summarize the key takeaways. Your best allies are whole fruits and berries. Then we have legumes and whole grains, which provide deep satiety and a wealth of essential fiber. Don't forget nuts and seeds. They are tiny powerhouses of concentrated goodness. And finally, your secret weapon is cunning and creativity. Use them to sneak veggies into your smoothies and sauces, or to find unusual savory alternatives like mushrooms and sea vegetables. The most crucial realization is this: there is no such thing as a perfect diet. There's only the diet that works perfectly for you. You don't need to force yourself or conform to rigid rules. You need to keep exploring, testing, and finding your own sustainable path to wellness. And as you can see, the options for getting healthy are far greater than you might think. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you found this information useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming content. Now for a question for you. What is your least favorite vegetable? And which of the strategies we discussed today are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments below. I always love reading your input.